Hey everyone, my name is Eddie and there is just a release of a new patch today, and I just want to skim through the patch notes of the immediate buffs that Scarlet got with this new game, pretty much. And the only thing that really benefits Scarlet is not even her overhead that does 2% more damage. That is really insignificant and doesn't really change Scarlet as much. But there is some significant changes in the game which actually indirectly buff Scarlet just as much as it buffs every single character in the game. And the first one is the buffer window to execute normals and specials. So this right here, it used to be a combo that used to be pretty hard to do, but now it's very easy to connect this combo, which is pretty nice. And also, not only it makes super consistent, but there is a few other things that you can do with it now. Like for example, you have a new combo route, which you can do this and do just as much damage. So now you have a new combo route that you can explore with Scarlet and do some really nasty combos. Let's say let's go to the wall and see how this applies in the wall just as well. So now in the corner, if you do this is a much easier combo to convert now, especially if you are offline, because you're no longer bound to the limitations of the execution that the game offers. So you get to do a lot more with Scarlet now, and it's pretty good. So meaning that when you land this, and if they try to press a button and you get a 4-4, you are going to get some really easy combos now. Of course, there are two things that you cannot do, but it's really game changing, right? This is game changing for Scarlet. It's pretty good. So she benefits from the universal buffs, which is a pretty nice thing to have. And we'll go back to mid screen just real quick, and I'm going to put Scorpion into the playback. So there is also one that buffs the buffer input. Now this is something that you don't need to time. If you feel like you can do this, you can actually use this to hit people out of certain combos now. This used to be pretty hard to get, right? And we used to require to use 1, 2, 4 a lot, but now we can actually use 2, 1, 2 more to get this stuff going. And this not only applies to it, but also the Pharaoh blow. If I change this to the Pharaoh blow, just to give you a P2, let's say P2 has 1%, right? And it does the Pharaoh blow. So now you can punish Pharaoh blows for the same effect. So punishing Pharaoh blows now is going to be a little bit harder, because now you can buffer like a dash and still punish it. So holding out on the blockstone, it's a thing from the past in the Mortal Kombat games now. So this is pretty huge for the game and is going to take the game forward in new directions. I just hope this is in the end, because the game is a cement to add new things up and new mechanics that are interesting. So these things are quality changes for the game, and I'm gonna actually clap everyone studio for that. But please buff Scarlet. This really it's a game that is interesting to play when you have the right tools, and we are not quite there yet. We are on the right direction, but we still need a little bit more. I'm going to swap back to record or playback. Record, and I'm going to use this as an example. What I'm going to do is poke real quick. As you guys can see, what this is going to do is the following. Now we can record normals, and if we get them to block like something real quick. Let's say this, for example. Now you can practice flawless block out of normal and punish people. If they are too eager to press a button, then you can set this up really easy. And sadly, it's still a bug into this, I believe, that as soon as it fills a gap, it actually immediately pokes back. This isn't something that it has a pokeable gap, and I was thinking maybe they should give a threshold to this, and it would be good. Maybe, let's say, if I can change this to delay, reversal mode, the navigations. I don't know what the navigations does, but this one, this is something that you can set up with. You can set up pokes and strings and stuff like this into the flawless block now. Now you can actually properly train flawless blocks in the game, and you can do this with pretty much anything. For example,